Hi, I'm Anny Robert. I'm a visual artist and the creative director based in Lagos, Nigeria, and I'm talking money with Busha. I don't have the luxury of impulse splurge. There's none of that. Everything has to be deliberate. I has to be my camera. It's been a while. I've not bought anything really expensive as the camera. I bought my camera like 5 years ago. So yeah, no, I've been good with it. So that's the most expensive at once. I think that was at that point in time, 2018. It was about 2 million plus or so. So yeah. Yeah. There are plenty. Yeah, roaming all around you, and I think that's one of the frustrating parts of my business or working with certain type of people. Definitely, there are people that they also might even have that money, but problem with it is the value they place on what you're doing. And if they devalue it, or they think they are so big that they should get stuff from you easily, then they start to haggle. And but yeah, it's one of the frustrating process, and there are a lot of people that that they do have money, some don't, but it's always a battle. Okay, that was post-COVID. I think after I saw that I couldn't actually make money without human interaction, that dealt a big blow to me. And during the whole COVID process, I had to start thinking about what I can do, what else can I do, that doesn't involve, the constant interaction with human beings. How can I do stuff remotely with little or no, people? How can I continue to make money from other sources? And that's where I started to create. It took maybe a year or two to actually land on the creative arts. I've always done stuff like that, but it didn't what do I call it, fizzle out to, oh, you're going to exhibit art. I didn't think about that, but that was where it landed finally. The money running. Wait. I'm sorry. I hope creativity no they die anytime. So people they know creative too. They ball too. So yeah. I think it's the one where the celebrity whose names I will not mention made us spend almost 2 weeks in Ghana waiting for him, and we had to come back to Nigeria to go and recess and go back again, and we still waited for him for another. From 3 o'clock we waited, and we shot him the next day 1 o'clock. Yeah, it was hell. It was very, very hell. But yeah, that's it. I really struggle with saving because I constantly come up with a lot of ideas and I'm always like want to really execute a lot of things I think about. So before I know it, all the money I have was already going into this or that. At some point, I had to actually stop with any progress, photography wise, creative wise. I just like, what, I'm not doing anything again, until we recover. But for me, saving, I think the best way I've been able to save, because some of my clients, pay me with FX. So most times, just the stress and thought about converting that doesn't allow me to spend it. So I keep cash or whatever is, I always keep it until it's the last resort, and I go have to touch it. So most times it's via FX that I save. Receiving payment via crypto, I think once the more mainstream it becomes, the more it's likely that we are going to all, jump on the train. So I think because a lot of people are still not on the crypto train. So you saying, oh, you can give me, very few people are getting money on crypto. So a lot of my clients most likely will not have crypto wallets or whatever it is. Very unlikely. I don't know what they do in crypto for. I think we have to give it time. We're going to get there. Once crypto becomes really mainstream and almost everybody has a crypto wallet, then it becomes a thing of payment. It's ease with everything. It's ease. Everything comes to mind with ease. And once it's easy for you to move money to me via anything, then people are always going to engage it. So I don't think it's a case of bias or this. I think it's a case of me waiting until it really becomes mainstream, and anything mainstream, everybody plugs into it. I don't think they need to evangelize more almost about that. Yeah. I would love that creative go through a structured environment. If possible, in your early times, if you're doing photography, also find a 9-to-5 to do. I think passing through a 9-to-5 is one of the biggest ways where you become how a structured environment works. A lot of creatives don't have that structure working for them, and that's why they are not doing well. You being accountable to yourselves, you always give yourself excuse. You always say, we can do this later. You can wake up as a creative, you can wake up and decide you're not doing anything today, and that's a problem, because day 2 passed, day 3 passed. Before you know it, a month has passed. Before you look back, a year has passed and nothing tangible you can see that you've done. So I think they need more structure in their life. They need to be more intentional about the business. They need to learn about, I feel like creative sides, also creative, you can work on it, but that's very easy going. You should also go through the harder part and learn about the business part. Learn about your clients, and learn about how to engage people, learn about the psychology of it all. It's a lot of work, but there is no growth on a comfortable side. So you have to do the work. So I think those are the hard truths that creatives need to face in order to scale up or grow. Show me artwork now. Oh, I know you as an artwork. How can we visualize an artwork now? It will be definitely quite abstract. There will be a lot of things going on. Abstract, but also concise. You see it and it resonates with you. So I would think it would be following that direction. Thanks, Busha, for having me. It's been great. Peace out.